hopefully this works, but sometimes it sounds off. It records the screen, but it doesn't record anything but just my voice. But the mic is half Barbara. So if you can hear me, just turn your volume up. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with abnormal behavior and treatment of abnormal behavior, which if you have your packet, does everyone have a packet? Yeah. It's towards the end. It's right under whatever we did during. Yes, whatever we did during block today, which was personality, is right after that. Yes. For the hierarchy, food and water, and then it's like safety. Then it's love from like other people. After love is self-esteem, like loving yourself. And at the very top is self-actualization. Okay. So it should be 5 levels. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to see if we can get this mic a little bit closer to me. Otherwise, I mean, it's going to like pick up, like Barbara's like blinking, but it won't pick up. Okay, there. It's not a camera. It's just, I mean, it is a camera, but the camera function is all just for mic. So there you go. But they can hear, but they can see this. Yeah. But they don't know what I'm pointing to. Oh, right now. You can see the screen. Okay. So when we're getting to abnormal behavior, we're talking about the things that are abnormal. And I was looking into, I read an article or something. It's like, you know, it has to be unusual, maladaptive, disturbing to others, and distressful. And then it says, like, you know, grieving after a death is not any of those. So, like, people are like, is depression, all depression a disorder? No, like, having moments of sadness is not a disorder, because that's not an unusual thing to be sad after a death. So, unusual means that it's rare. It's, you know, not a huge percentage of the population have it. Maladaptive, it interferes with your ability to, like, hold down a job or pay bills or have normal relationships and things like that. Disturbing to others, it's not part of a social norm. And then distressful, you can't think clearly, you can't make good choices for yourself. It gets in the way. Do you find it distressful because maybe it causes you anxiety or like it's physically harming to you? Okay, what book holds all of those disorders? DSM-5. Does anyone know what DSM stands for? Nope. No. No. Diagnostic and statistical mental disorders. Yes. DSM.
You can't. It's not going to ask a question and be like, which one? They're all going to start.
No, what is DSM-5? You know, well, they might not call it DSM-5. They might call it the full name.
You just be like the.
There's my new subscriber on YouTube. I got an alert. It was like, you have a new subscriber. Okay. Yes, diagnostic and statistical mental disorders. It's 5th edition. This was an old slide. So it's 5th edition. And they just make new editions because they keep having new disorders.
Why aren't you recording it?
I am. It wasn't working doing live. So now I have to like upload it for like 20 minutes after all. It's gonna be like I never get to go home. Okay.
And that's just one that does not.
Okay. So what is its strengths is that it lists all the disorders and classifies them and helps you label them. But it does not. What are its limitations?
It doesn't
tell you how to treat it, and also doesn't tell you the cause. Like it doesn't say why Jennifer is depressed or how we can fix Jennifer's depression. It just says, oh, Jennifer, according to this list, you've got this symptom and this symptom and this symptom. You are depressed. So it does help diagnose, but it does not say like what you should do with that diagnosis. Okay. So do y'all remember that there are 5 axes? Do you remember writing down the axes? There's like a table. Yeah. There's like a picture that was on this side of the screen. It's like axis 1, axis 2, axis 3, axis 4. Yeah. Okay, I felt like I did a really bad job that day teaching that, so I'm going to teach it a little bit better today. In fact, I was like, hey, I'm not all that 100% certain exactly what goes in each of these axes. So I just typed in 5, no, but I don't even know if I said it all that right that day. Like, as I was talking about it, I was all like, I wonder if I have clinical. Yes, yes, but what is a clinical disorder? That's what I'm saying. So, like, you might have a question coming up soon. tomorrow. On quiz. It's good. We're taking a quiz tomorrow. Oh, it's a good one. It's 10 questions.
What?
Yes. But it's still 10 questions.
About abnormal behavior?
Most of it's abnormal behavior. There's a couple, I think there's one states of consciousness, but then there's other stuff where it's all like, oh, I feel like we haven't said this enough or whatever.
But it's something hard. Like if you've been tutoring.
Yeah, if you've been in tutoring,
That's why you come to tutoring.
that's why you come to tutoring.
That's what so something like what is good cool.
Like, not even, not. And
Like,
look
it's like the most.
And look at a boy. Oh my gosh, it's a boy over there. Good for you, boy. Yeah, welcome to the serial psychology class, where there's 90% women and 10% men. Okay, so the 5 axes. I want you to list these 5. Is there on this in this packet?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
I don't see it anywhere.
Oh no.
I don't see it at all. It says on number 5, it says it's in the DSM. Like things are in the DSM, but it doesn't say the 5 axes. And I want you to list them right now.
Can you go back? How much?
Yes,
we
I'm
get
gonna scroll.
Like how much space?
Maybe a line, a sentence for each one. Okay, so in the DSM 5, the first axis, oh, where is it? Oh, I missed it. It's right here. Axis 1 is clinical disorders. Okay? But what that means is like it's going to see if you have any mental health conditions. So clinical disorders or any mental health. Do you have depression, anxiety? Do you have a dissociative disorder? Do you have are you addicted to any drugs? That's going to be in the first axis. So if the question's all like, Stephen has anxiety disorder, which axis would this fall under? It would be number 1. Okay?
So we have to know what number it is.
Yeah. Did I put that on it? I feel like I did. I did. I put it on the quiz tomorrow.
Is that a quiz?
I don't remember. I'm just going to put this here. Okay.
So that's the quiz we're talking about.
Axis 2 right there is personality disorders. So if Stephen has antisocial personality disorder, if he is a psychopath, I would say that under the axis 2. So axis 1 is basically all disorders except for personality. Axis 2 is personality specifically.
So then you need to know personality. Then you can know all what type of disorders it's fall under.
Yeah.
And you can know what axis they fall under.
Yeah. And then have the treatment.
Wait, which one did you say?
I said antisocial, but if it says any personality, look all.
Oh yeah, all of it. So something about not physical.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So remember, all of these you can't see in the brain. All the other ones you can see. Yeah, I can see sleep disorder in the brain. I mean, they do sleep studies where they do the EEG, where they measure your brain waves. You can see that. Axis 2 you can't see. Axis.
What about schizophrenia? No?
This is going to be, I think, under axis 1.
Yeah.
Yes, schizophrenia and other psychotic disorders is in
But
axis
can
1.
we see that in the brain?
Yeah. Remember they have small hypothalamus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Axis 3 is any other medical conditions. High blood pressure. Do you have history of cancer in your family? Or basically any oh, you are overweight or underweight. You have flat feet or whatever. You need glasses.
So just random.
Yes. Random stuff.
Wait, what's the one?
This is just trying to get an overall what's going on with Gabby.
Oh, in the.
Yes. Yeah, before we
I
start
thought this
treatment.
was just random separate.
No, before we start treatment, it's all let's just do a rundown of Gabby's mental, physical health. But then axis 5 kind of goes off of that. Axis 5 is all about any. Oh, did I say 4? Oh, sorry, I'm saying 4. I meant to say 4. I said 5, but it's 4. I don't do. I don't understand, like, Roman numerals, apparently. And so axis 4 is all about any environmental factors. So do they have, like, a family at home? Do they have a support system? Are they homeless? Check yes or no. Do they have a job? Check yes or no.
Like, the girl who was like raped constantly, remember she had like all the split personality.
Yes.
That could be, that they would say that's psychosocial. They would say that's like, that's an environmental factor.
Well, the environmental factor is like, okay, she's out of that house now, but do you have a house? Where do you live? Oh, do you live with people?
It's current.
Yes, currently, what's going on with you right now? Remember, this is an overall, like, what's going on with Gabby? Gabby, you have a job, you have someone who's like support you when you get home. Yeah, is someone going to be dropping you off at your treatment? Is someone going to be picking you up? Do you have transportation? Can you drive a car? Okay, and then the axis 5 is that scale of 0 to 100 of like, how are you functioning? How are you doing? On a scale of 0 to 100, how you doing? Like we're 100, you have no symptoms of like any disorder. You are a good, healthy person and everything's A-okay. All the way down with 0. No 0. Okay, there's no 0. But it says 10 is persistent danger of severely hurting self or others or persistent inability to maintain minimal personal hygiene or serious suicidal act with clear expectation of death.
So 0
is probably you are already like swallowed pills. Like you are you are actively dying. Yeah. No one in here is 0. You're at least a 0.
95.
No, you're at least a 1.
I think most of y'all right now are probably mild symptoms with some difficulty in like occupational or school functioning, right?
Let's just
You're at least a 70. You're passing. Guys, you guys are passing.
Is that a good thing?
I'd say yeah. I'd say yeah.
What's a 100?
100 is no symptoms.
I think I'm wrong.
Like basically the day after the AP test, we're all gonna be at a 100.
So that's when like your brain is fully functioning.
You are like,
and your physical.
right, I'm
everything's
fine.
working.
I'm doing very well.
So
I
like
feel like
if
the
I'm
same right
falling
now.
asleep
I
right
just
now,
feel
that
the
would
same.
be like.
I'm very well.
So even like if your eyes are droopy, is that?
Eyes are droopy.
I don't know. Not like that. No.
You might have like alcohol syndrome. If you're decided. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
your eyes just like slide.
Yes.
No, just that's how it works.
Okay. So let's talk about all of the treatments, basically causes and treatments of all the sorts according to the perspective. So to go for this like packety thing that we filled out. Yes. Okay. Is it on here specifically? Yes, kind of. Like starting at 8-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is. It's not necessarily in this order.
Yeah.
But it's all there.
Okay.
Okay, so psychoanalytic is first. It's like letter C. So, this is Freud. So what's wrong with you? Your unconscious is doing something. Something is messed up with the unconscious and the balance between the id, ego, and superego. You might have these aggressive, animalistic pleasure urges that are just bubbling to the top. And so how we access that, we need to access it to fix it. So do you remember free association?
So that's where they just like talk.
Yes, just talk or write. It could be talking or writing. And then basically, they might do dream analysis as well. Oh, write down like a dream journal, and we're going to study. Oh, you've been dreaming about bridges. Okay, well the bridges are supposed to represent the. So look at where it says manifest content and latent content. Manifest content is just like what the story of your dream. Like, oh, well, at first we were like at Walmart, but then, like, my boss was there, but not the boss I have now, my old boss. But they didn't have he had fins. Like, I don't know why he had fins, and all of a sudden we were at school. I was presenting about fish. I don't know. Okay, so that's the manifest content. Latent content is what that's supposed to represent. Like, what does Walmart represent? What does your boss represent? Him having fins, what does that represent? Right, maybe like, yeah, what does the fish in your life represent? Whatever. Okay, now do you see the term where it says resistance?
Yes.
And transference?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It says, when patients disagree with interpretations, they may show signs of resistance. Meaning,
They don't want
Stephen, yeah, they might not want to talk about it. Stephen, tell me about the dream you had last night.
And how it dream.
Okay, see, everyone dreams at least like, okay, we're going to get to state the confidence here in a little bit. Everyone dreams like 5 times a night. You might not remember it, but if you say it right away, I don't remember it, you're just resisting maybe the urge to tell me what your dream was really about. Maybe it was like, I don't know, I was running around naked in the hallway.
How long is
Those
something like
dreams.
that?
And then transference is typically when patients transfer their feelings onto their therapist. We didn't talk about that in class, so here I am. When patients typically transfer their feelings onto the therapist themselves.
So whenever they're talking about like their mom was abusive, they're like, come on, I just hate her, you're
Right, you remind me just, yeah, you look just like her, kind of thing. Right. Does anyone, y'all are too young probably, has anyone seen the HBO show Sopranos? Okay. Sopranos was like one of the big HBO shows in like the 90s that like put HBO on the map. It's about the mafia. And the lead character, Tony Soprano, he is a mafia boss. Like he is like the godfather, and he goes to therapy. And he is talking about his mom a lot because his mom's really domineering and is like awful, and he hates her. But he is starting to get angry at his therapist, but then he's also attracted to the therapist. And he what?
That makes me
Yes. And so she basically feel like he's coming on to her, and it's almost like in today's like society, it's like this is assault. But he is like cornering her, and it's like putting his hand up against the wall, and she's like between him, and he's all like da 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 da. She's like, that isn't that? And she said something. He's like, isn't that what your mom used to say? And he's like, don't you bring up my mom. He's like pushing her. It's like it's very rude. And she basically says, you are attracted to me because I remind you of your mother, and you're transferring your sexual feelings for your mother onto me.
Oh,
you don't really find me attractive. You find your mother attractive.
Oh.
And he basically was all like, you know the things I can do to you? As in, because he's like a mafia boss, and he kills people. And anyway, really good show. You should watch it. It was on like HBO Go. Go watch the Sopranos.
What's the name?
Sopranos.
Oh.
Yeah. The R is a gun in The Sopranos. The R is a gun.
I can't wait.
You're looking.
Give me a second.
It's not like a TV show about like singers.
Yeah.
It's the last name of the show is the Sopranos. So anyhow, it's really really violent. It's still, yeah. If you're like don't like violence or gore, don't watch it. Okay, so that is. That's basically is what Freud is saying about all of your problems. Humanistic, you're not reaching self-actualization. The key word here, I guess key words here, is active listening and client-centered therapy. Do you see that on D? No.
Oh, at the top.
Yeah, it says Carl Rogers client-centered therapy and active listening. Notice how it says client-centered and not patient-centered. If you go to a humanistic psychologist, you're not sick. You're just trying to get better. You're not a patient because sick people are patients, and we don't believe people are sick. We believe that everyone is just trying to get better. They're just on their path to being a better human. Stephen, if you're going to be here, get off your phone. Otherwise, go away. Okay. And so let's do some active listening. Barbara. How's life? How's life?
It could be better.
It could be better? What about it is it's not great right now? Exams? Exams are hard? Put a lot of stress? What are you looking forward to most about the exams being over?
Like that being over.
Is that being over?
Yeah.
Okay. What am I doing?
Repeating.
I'm repeating what she's saying. Most, and guys, boy, and the no boys that are listening, because if you are, I owe you a piece of candy. So come to me at some point and say, hey, you owe me candy, because you said I wasn't going to listen, but I actually did. I will give away no pieces of candy. Stephen, you don't count. All right.
I'm still confused.
I'm talking to the camera.
Oh.
Okay, Steven. Nope. Active listening is not just a really good therapeutic tool to use in humanistic therapy, but it's a really good tool in a relationship. Sometimes people, they don't want you to fix their problems. They just want you to hear their problems.
So literally all women to men.
Yes. It's if you come if Gianna is okay, I'm a boy, John is a girl, and she's telling me her problems. Guys typically want to fix things. Oh, here's what you should do. And here's advice. We don't want your advice. I don't want you to fix it. I just want you to listen and to hear me. And so when you say, yeah, we feel like you're not listening. So what you need to do is active listening.
Literally all you have to do is repeat words.
Yes. Doesn't it feel probably feel a little tiny bit better after I'm yeah, it sucks. It will be better when it's over. Yeah, I hear that exams are stressful. Just the fact that you feel heard.
Well, when it's girls, I get annoyed at them. Girls repeating everything I'm saying, you're not helping. But when it's my boyfriend, I'll be when he tries to help me, I'm
yeah, I mean,
girls that gives you advice, it's so stupid. Girls are so petty.
Petty? Do you want to see petty? Yeah, I'll show you petty. We're fighting. I'm petty. I'm getting muted. Okay. All right. That's active listening. You paraphrase it. You restate it. Bye, Myers. Cognitive. I don't know if I've said this.
Important person for
You should know that.
for this part in particular.
Not in this part in particular. It should. If you think humanistic, you think Maslow, and you think car washers every time. What? Abraham?
Abraham.
Abraham Maslow. His name is Abraham.
What was this?
That's not what I got right
I
now.
know.
I thought it was
Mr.
Harry Harlow. So Mary Maslow.
Mary Maslow.
I
No.
don't know.
Hey, look, they have one. We have another boy. Oh my gosh, a boy.
Kind of,
Okay, I'm fine.
You were lucky you got here right.
No, I was giving some really good advice.
Yeah, no, she was. That's how you get girlfriends, okay?
Yeah. No, not get a girlfriend. How you keep a girlfriend.
Yes, exactly.
It's easy to get one. It's hard to keep. Okay. If you're lucky, you keep one. That's your spouse. That's the one you keep.
Did you keep your certificate?
So far.
The actual certificate.
Oh my God.
You're like, oh my god, I flip with me.
Yeah.
She does this line goes like that a lot. If you know what I'm talking about, he
No.
recording it. He does that. It's I'll watch it later. It's when you're making a joke, he goes, "This is a fun like that," and I get frustrated. He's like, I mean, that movie is really good, but
It's for your
the
responsibility.
was to me sometimes, but some of them was not like that.
What?
It was awful. It was kind of mean. It was aggressive.
It was on Instagram.
Yes.
About his
Yes.
parents?
Some of it was kind of.
Why would somebody? He's memeable. I get it. I also am all
Oh yeah.
reputation.
Did you tell him?
Yeah.
Was he very frustrated?
It happens about every 3 years.
Oh yeah, there was that one year that someone kept printing pictures of him and
Yes.
giving it to him.
Yes. It happens about every 3 years where one of us will get memed.
Oh,
I feel like you could, because you're always like,
Yeah, that's my thing. I do this.
The 13 Reasons Why one was funny. The one where it was that smile, that penny smile.
I thought that was funny because that's an actual meme where they just put it in it. And I'm first off, you got to smile, so do those. But yeah,
there was some that were
I didn't see the other ones were good.
Okay, so cognitive. I don't think we have a name yet, but I threw it on there. You see it? Is it on? It's big. It's kind of cut in half.
Yeah, just a little.
Oh crap! I just gave the wrong end. Okay. Aaron back to someone else. It's Albert Ellis. Okay, so rational emotive behavior therapy. The whole purpose of it is to expose your dysfunctional thoughts to the client. Do you remember how I made fun of someone in class?
Oh, yeah, and you were like, yeah, you are ugly.
You are ugly and you are stupid and no one likes you.
And then they're like, and
And
then like, that's rude.
that's not fair. You can't say that to me. It's like you're right.
You're saying that to yourself.
Right. And so I expose the dysfunctional thoughts where the goal is like for them to stand up for themselves. And realize also, like what I'm saying is not that big of a deal. It doesn't change really anything. Like I can call you whatever. It's not going to change how your friends look at you. It's not going to change whether you have a job, whether people love you or not. It doesn't change any of that. So it doesn't really matter. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. And then the Aaron Beck, that is a name that is mentioned in class. It says cognitive triad.
Wait, Albert who?
Albert Ellis. It's at the very top of the page. Albert Ellis, that's the rational emotive behavior therapy. Okay, Aaron Beck says that there's a cognitive triad that like unhappiness leads to like sad thoughts, and then it is like this sad thoughts leads to more unhappiness. So it's just like this, I don't know, spiral of just like bad thinking. And so we need to get out of that. Because remember, this entire unit, cognitive, this entire perspective is all about thinking. So whether it's fixing your thinking one way or stop thinking, that's just basically, if there's a question where it's all like, which perspective? Thinking, yeah, thinking. They're changing it. And then behavioral, this is what? No, if you see the word behavioral, you're thinking of what word? Conditioning or learning, which is the same thing. And so you have learned, you have either classically or operantly conditioned this behavior. Can anyone think of a behavior that is classically conditioned?
Is it that I still can't like,
A
I'm
disorder.
still confused about classical.
I feel like I know this when it's on paper, but then it's like when you say classical versus operant, I have no idea. They're
Yeah.
both
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
one's involuntary,
I just
one's
need
voluntary.
yeah, but which one?
Classical,
One's involuntary.
ring a bell, salvage. Operant is question right, you just fix it.
So operant is like a punishment and
And reinforcement.
and then classical is
UCS, UCRC, and CCR.
okay.
Okay?
Isn't that the same thing?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Because so
You
operant.
can't, you involuntarily salivate to a belt. You can't help it salivate, the dog can't help but salivate to a belt. But,
Whatever.
yeah, UCS, UCR, like, no, salivation to a belt and UCS, that is the same thing.
Oh,
But it's not the same thing as reinforcement and punishment.
Oh, that's where you lost.
Okay, those are the two separate things. So salivate to a belt is UCS, UCR, CS, and CR.
Classical is bad.
Classical is all of the letters of stimulus and
Okay, and then
response
operant conditioning is punishment
and reinforcement.
Okay, I definitely agree, that's a lot better now.
Okay, but yeah. Okay, so behavioral. If you learned it, oh, by the way, you never answered my question. Which disorder is for sure classically conditioned? Which one is association that is involuntary association? I'll give you a hint.
Oh, like personality?
No. OCD is yes, OCD is learned. I have associated that loud bang with someone firing at me. Now I'm going to, right, PTSD, OCD. I've associated germs as death. And so I've associated hand washing as like not dead, so I'm going to hand wash not dead.
So
PTSD, all of these are anxiety disorders, right? They are. So think of like baby Albert. What did they give him? They gave him a fear. That's a phobia. And so phobias, OCD, PTSD are all classically conditioned.
Phobias are a type of anxiety disorder?
Yes. Phobias are type of anxiety disorders, so is PTSD and OCD.
So
Oh, yes, those are all anxiety disorders. Typically anxiety disorders, yes, some of it is genetic as well. If your parents have anxiety problems, you might have more anxiety problems. But like,
that's pretty nice, right?
yes, but that's not an anxiety disorder.
No, I thought that's pretty.
And you don't learn, like, you do not classically condition or operate like.
Schizophrenia is how they were.
I hear things, get a sticker. I hear more things, get a sticker. That's not, yeah, you don't learn to be schizophrenic. You definitely learn to have anxiety. Okay, so we need to unlearn it. We have to unlearn it. We have systematic desensitization. That means one step at a time, you are introduced to it again. So taking baby Albert and bringing a rat to him slowly. It's very methodical. It is step by step. It's not going to go. What's the opposite of systematic desensitization?
Oh, the one where they just dump it on.
Yeah, what's that called?
Flooding.
Flooding. So systematic desensitization is slow, but flooding is very fast.
That's so beautiful.
Flooding, clearly. Of course, you know, there's the trauma of maybe they have a heart attack and die. Aversion therapy is what? Do you remember?
Oh, that's.
Isn't that like teach aversions when you associate
Something negative? Yes.
negative?
Okay, so
Aversion therapy would be like you're now associating it with something negative.
yes. What is something that you think of a disorder, make up a disorder, not make it up, think of one of the disorders that we have, and how could you use aversive therapy, conditioning, to make them not do
Wait, so every time you make it so negative that you don't want to do it, biting your nails?
that? Yes.
Like
Okay.
you put the sour stuff
Yeah.
on your nails?
Yeah, that's aversion therapy, but it's like, okay, let's say you're like a bulimic or something. Every time you throw up, you get shocked.
Oh, that doesn't seem
Yeah, but like, the shock is not gonna kill them. If they keep throwing up, it will.
yeah, it's talking it.
Right. And so it's all like, you now associate, instead of the feeling of getting thinner, you now associate pain with the feeling.
You associate negative.
Associate negative thoughts. So you're basically classically conditioning to hate something. The negative association.
You hate something bad.
To hate something you want to stop.
So you
So they used to shock like sex offenders. They used to hook up like their genitals to like a car battery and flip it on. Because they don't want to be attracted to children. And they do that for gays too. That's conversion therapy. They do that with also
Conversion or aversion?
conversion. They're trying to convert their sexual
But
orientation.
that's not the.
It doesn't work.
So wait, so they associate negative thoughts with the conditions.
The conditioned stimulus is negative. The unconditioned, like, the conditioned stimulus is, if we're talking about, like, I am a gay pedophile, I'm a pedophile. Oh my gosh. I am a pedophile. So it's like, I get turned on to, like, kids. So they're going to hook, like, electricity to the kids. So I naturally get turned on to kids. So you see us with the kids, you see her would be like, I'm aroused. And then it's like shocking. And then it's like, hopefully I won't, like, because of the shocking, I won't become aroused anymore to the
So
children.
you're trying to change their response.
Yes,
Got it.
I'm trying to change the response to the children.
And does it work?
No.
Does aversive conditioning ever work?
Aversive conditioning works for things like biting your nails, because you were not born a nail biter. But if we're talking about
So it works for things that you've developed that you've learned. Well, so it works on
Yes.
learned things.
it works on learned things. You cannot unlearn, okay, what's something that you've,
You can't unlearn.
like, you never learned how to walk, you're born knowing how to walk. You can't unlearn knowing how to walk if I shock you every time you walk. You might not want to walk, but you still know how. That's like, I might not want to have gay sex, but I'm still attracted to them. I like, oh God, that makes me like have like trauma, but it's like I'm still liking that person.
Yeah.
It's like think about like last time you broke up with someone that you still like were attracted to. I
You
don't
don't
want
have
to
to be
be with you.
unattracted.
Right.
You just don't like their habits.
Right.
What they do.
I still find you attractive, but I don't want that
Yeah.
because there's a whole bunch of mess going on. Okay. And then biological. This is going to be all the meds. What's wrong with you is some sort of chemical imbalance, maybe your dopamine levels are all messed up. On E, it says somatic therapy that produces bodily changes. So it's a psychopharmacology. Psychopharmacology. That's a fun word. Psychopharmacology is like, well, what's
The study of
Pharmaceutical?
yes, but for psychological, for psychological purposes.
That's the trick song.
Yes. And then it has also electroconvulsive therapy on there and psychosurgery. What psychosurgery have we talked about? Yes. No. Oh, that is a really good one. Yes, I forgot about that. The cutting of the corpus callosum, that's definitely a psychosurgery.
The one that they put the whole.
But that is a lobotomy. Oh, and then trephination?
Yeah.
But I don't know how much that is more like, that's just like, that's shot in the dark. I'm all like, here. Out. Yeah, just like shooting in the dark.
You ask us like one question, it's like, this, like you give the name like, thinking, like thinking's cognitive, right?
Yes.
So then what would psychoanalytic be? That would be like, what was like one word that like just
Unconscious.
unconscious? Oh my gosh, I never been able to do that.
What? You're never gonna remember what?
I don't like whenever I see like psychoanalytic.
That's Freud.
I think thinking, which is
And then
I
you
don't
just
know
say-
why.
No.
I know cognitive is thinking, but then I see psychoanalytic. I'm like,
Is it the
no,
word analyze?
I think.
Okay, I want you to think the word psycho. You know who's a psycho? That guy who wants to have sex with his mother. Okay? Deep down inside, he wants to have sex with his mother. Deep down inside, that's the unconscious.
And then
Okay.
what would be one word?
Self-actualization.
Actualization.
Does anyone actually believe that except for him? Or other than him?
I mean, there are hints of it. There are hints of it. Like even my son, he doesn't he doesn't know what sex is. He doesn't understand what that would be. But he sees like boys and girls kiss on TV. He knows that that's love. He loves me. He thinks that's the same thing. Like he'll be like, give me a kiss, and I'll give him like a kiss on the cheek. And he's like, and at one time I had a conversation with him. He's like, no, give me an open mouth kiss. And I'm all like,
Stop! Give me a mommy kiss.
yeah. And he's like, give me a true love kiss. I was like, well, only mommies and daddies do that, but like nobody else. I was like, you do that with someone that you're married to, and we're not married, and I'm married to daddy. And he's all like, well, I don't understand. Yeah, he's like, well, marry me. And I was like, well, I'm already married. And he's all like, no, don't be married to daddy anymore. Marry me, and daddy can marry grandma. I'm like, grandma's already married. And so it was just like it was a wife swap.
That was weird.
All because, and then sometimes like he'll purposely like I'll go in for a kiss and he'll purposely grab my head and I'll like abort. That's whenever he gets older, like there's no way I can tell these stories when he's all like, right, Matthew? And he laughs. You remember that? You want to marry me. He's gonna have so many problems. Okay, so let's talk about all those exciting stories. So we said a couple of them. It is what?
It's on the first page.
Yeah. Like anxiety?
What number?
5.
Yeah, it's 5A. Okay.
Okay, so we have panic disorder, we have generalized anxiety disorder, OCD, PTSD. How was generalized anxiety disorder different than other disorders? How's it different than like panic attacks?
All the time.
It's all the time. Phobias is that one particular thing causes me anxiety, and then what's it called? And then panic attacks is like bursts of anxiety. How does this get treated with drugs? Does anyone know the drugs that treat this? No, not.
No,
that's
for
it's Parkinson's. No, okay. Sorry.
schizophrenia is too much Parkinson's.
Yes. So for anxiety,
Yeah, it's a GABA.
yes.
Okay,
It's
slow
down.
down.
It
Yeah.
slows you down. You don't have the thing that slows you down because you are anxious, and so you want something to slow you down. So it increases your GABA. It's going to be an agonist for GABA. Does anyone know an anti-anxiety med off the top of their head? Prozac. Zoloft is depression. Zoloft. Okay, not Zoloft. Sorry, you said Zoloft. What? Prozac. Okay, I want you to. Okay, I know that anxiety is on this page. but this next page, like the second page, where it says, where is it? It says E, somatic, and then it says psychopharmacology, and has all those medicines right there. And so for anxiety, let's just do Xanax. Okay, so maybe write Xanax right next to the anxiety. It is?
Yeah. Example,
No, but it's not next to anxiety.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not next to where all of the anxieties are. Does that make sense?
Oh, like over here.
Think of like disorders and then treatment. I want them to kind of be the same way. Okay, let's talk about mood disorder. What's the number one mood disorder?
Depression.
Depression. Not that many people like live in Russia and Canada. We're talking about depression is number one. Bipolar, only what? 1% of the population suffer from? What am I doing? 1% suffer from bipolar disorder.
How many suffer from depression?
Almost
Wasn't it
everyone.
60?
It's a huge. It's not 60. It's like 40%. But it's not a majority, but it's a big number. Don't write that down. I'm making that number up. I said it's a round.
So anxiety, anxiety is Xanax?
Yeah. Yeah. Xanax or Valium. Well, depression. Okay, so there's different types of. There's antidepressants, and that would be that's like Zoloft or Prozac.
So it gives you dopamine, right?
It increases your, not dopamine, it increases your serotonin and norepinephrine. Serotonin and norepinephrine. Yeah, no, pine,
I really hope a lot of these questions are being
Hold it. And you can use this.
Okay, and schizophrenia is the one that they.
Please don't do tutoring. Get out. Oh my God, it sounds like a broken record. Yes. Okay. So I'm not saying that you can't use it. I just said it's open note. If you have more notes than others because you've been coming to tutoring, well, kudos. Iffy for you. Okay. So let's do another mood disorder, bipolar disorder. What is the treatment? It's not. It's
something that causes another disorder.
That's
I know a lot of
lithium. It's lithium. So next to bipolar disorder, it says bipolar disorder, formerly known as manic depression. It's treated with lithium, as in like batteries. Like what?
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. I don't know. They give it a full form. I can't even hold that. Just the lithium. For the ions down. Yeah. Okay. And hold on, before we go through training. Seasonal affective disorder is about like
Seasons, it's like sad
weather.
Light beer,
It's dark outside.
Sunlight, yeah?
Yeah.
Not
Light
cold.
When it's dark outside.
Yes,
it's
sunlight. Lack of sunlight gives you this, makes you sad. You treat it with light therapy. They're not going to give you drugs when you can just go step in a room with a lamp.
Oh, that's the one with that story. I started reading it.
Yes. It really is. For like a kid's story.
Oh,
It's not a kid's
It
story.
was just, I mean, what would be like a locked closet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's kind of funny.
Okay, let's talk about, we're skipping schizophrenia, we're gonna come back to it, sorry. We're going to personality and dissociative disorders, which is E and F. Oh, let's just look at D really quick. Somatoform disorders, this is going to be like remember in, Quizlet where it's like conversion,
Yeah.
and you feel
They're the
like,
same.
they are the same, because it's like a category, like the title, and then like the disorder. Does that make sense? So like the title is mood disorders, but the type is depression. The category is somatoform disorders, but the type is conversion disorder. Okay, so like you
No,
don't
I
have
get that.
physical symptoms because of something mental.
Oh,
If you have depression, and you're having a bad depression, maybe your face goes numb.
Okay.
Like I have a friend who is anxiety disordered, and right before she is about to have an anxiety attack, her hands go numb. She knows that it's coming, and she has like that she knows that
Often
she.
people have anxiety attacks.
Well, I mean, it depends on a lot of things. the more tired she is, the worse she eats. Like she'll like eat like unhealthy food for a week, and she'll have like an attack. And then when she goes back to like not eating gluten and I'm not like a gluten person. Like I don't care. Like almost I've made up for half the people. But for her, it's like a real thing. And so she goes back to like I'm gonna eat salads and boiled chicken and gluten-free this and no cheese, and she's right as rain the next day. So a lot of it is to do with that. Yeah. Okay, for her at least. And so dissociative disorders, personality disorders, if they're not the same, we just put them on the same thing because they kind of fit on one side. Dissociative is like when a disruption in like their consciousness. Remember when I said like people wake up and one day they just leave and they don't remember their past life?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
That's dissociative. Yes, that's dissociative amnesia. That's dissociative amnesia. And there's also DID. Do you remember DID? Dissociative identity disorder. That's split personality. That's multiple personality disorder. It is disruptive in consciousness. Like you go somewhere and someone else comes and that's like a different person. So notice how it says dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities.
We have a friend in our church who took in like a foster child not too long ago, and he seemed like a really nice kid. And then they found out he had this DID.
Yeah.
He's like terrible.
And that happens a lot with foster kids. That's why people have a hard time taking them in. Because the reason the foster kids, they probably had a rough upbringing.
Yeah.
And I saw there was a documentary about there was a minister's wife couldn't get pregnant, and I'm like, well, there's all these unwanted babies that are out there. So they took in a couple, and a boy and a girl, and the girl, she was like really abused and became a psychopath. And she tried to kill them several times in their sleep. Like she would stab her brother with pins and needles. Yeah. In his pants.
Oh.
If you're on YouTube, it's free on YouTube. It's called Child of Rage, Part 1 and Part 2. It is not for the faint of heart. I had to walk away like watching it. I'm like, well, so much
you go and close your eyes.
Yeah, I'm like I'm gonna have to look at puppies now for like an hour to like cleanse my brain.
Do you do that a lot?
Yeah, I really do. Okay, so it works. It really does.
I mean, we did it after we watched like that one.
Yeah, but like even playing with puppies release dopamine.
Yeah, don't they bring them to like hospitals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like comfort dogs.
Yeah. Like during finals they bring it in. Not for AP tests, but during finals.
They should do it.
They really should. More almost, for like more puppies.
Yeah.
There's some kitties in there as well.
No.
Okay.
You don't need that. No.
So, I don't. Personality disorder. Personality disorder is maladaptive ways of behaving. Okay, so we talk about antisocial personality disorder. Did we talk about histrionic? Okay. Or narcissistic? Narcissistic people, they think they're the center of the universe. Histrionic, who thinks to get attention.
How do you spell that?
It's on there. It is F. You see it? It's in the middle of the second line.
Wait, antisocial is zero.
Yes.
It's like
They don't have
nothing for other people.
no empathy. It says also personality disorder. No, OCD. This is, I feel like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. I'm going to look it up. You have someone look it up. Obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Not obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, but OCPD.
That's a thing.
I mean, keep in mind there are 600 things in that book. We've only covered 15 of them. I mean, we know nothing.
There's probably some really weird ones.
Yes.
You know any really weird ones?
It's personality disorder that's characterized by extreme perfectionism, order, and neatness. People with OCPD will also feel severe need to impose their own standards on their outside environment.
They are, what, perfectionists, but then impose that on other people.
So they want
and
you
feel
to
like
be
they
perfect
have
as well.
to control everything around them.
So like being like married to someone with OCD, they'll want their spouse to be exactly like that.
Yes.
So it's like you're OCD and
Like, I'm going to change them. I'm going to fix them.
Yeah. So they always
I'm gonna cleanse
I'm
them.
going to cleanse them. Okay, so we did not talk about number 6 in class. But it's very important that you know it. I really should start teaching in class. Okay, but, okay. It says describe the Rosenhan study. Here's what it is. They had a whole bunch of people, actors, pretend to have schizophrenia, along with a whole bunch of people that actually had schizophrenia, like half and half, check themselves into a clinic. So keep in mind there's actors checking themselves into a clinic. Will the doctors be able to pick out the liars? Nope. They couldn't. Every single one of them were diagnosed with schizophrenia. And then as soon as they entered, like the day 2, basically, they said, I feel fine, all my symptoms went away. Every single one of them. All the all the actors. They said, all my symptoms went away, I feel fine, I think I'm good. And they still got diagnosed. It was just, it says, none were exposed as imposters on letter D. None were exposed as imposters, all left with the diagnosis of schizophrenia in remission. So the question is, should people who were once diagnosed with a psychological problem carry that diagnosis for the rest of their lives, especially if it's in remission, it's like only a 1-day thing? And to what extent are disorders the product of a particular environment, and if you just take yourself out of that environment, you'd be better? And then, what is the level of institutional care available if the imposters could go undetected for days or weeks? Meaning, like, who's watching them? Are they even being watched by nurses and doctors? That they could be undetected in the hospital for weeks? How many times are they actually being watched and talked to by a doctor? Once a day, maybe? You can fake it once a day? So,
So the point was to say that people were taking schizophrenia.
it's just like, if you were faking it, would anyone care or notice? They didn't notice. And so that, yeah, but what type of, first off, just because you rarely do brain scans are extremely expensive.
And if you're going to like a state hospital, you have to pay for
Right,
it.
right. You have to have amazing insurance. And the doctor would have to be okay with, like, you can't just walk in and be like, I have the money to pay for a brain scan. You need a prescription to get an MRI or an fMRI or a PET scan. You need a prescription. A doctor has to prescribe it to you. You can't just walk in and be like, I have $50,000, let me just do that. You can't do that. No, but like, it can be like 10,000.
Wait,
And then what if something's wrong?
I was thinking of the cat.
And you just spent it
Right.
that.
Like, because I had to have like a checkup, because like when you get older, you don't have checkups, like y'all have your pediatric checkup, like once a year, but adults don't have that regularly scheduled, so I was like, I haven't had a checkup since I was like 18, I should go have a checkup. So they did a whole blood workup, and I got the bill of like $300 for an entire blood workup. And I was like, and I looked at the price of what it would have been if I didn't have health insurance, and it was $8,000 of blood workup for one prick. Yeah.
Oh,
Get a good job. Yes, don't be a teacher. Okay.
But you love your job.
I do love my job, but like, I do love my job. But sometimes,
I promise I
Think
do.
about it all the time. He goes, as soon as I can retire, I'm retiring.
no, we both love our job, but it's just all like, we have to sometimes make choices that I feel like we should have to make because we're both college educated and we both have careers.
Just think about how many people are in college, like, don't have college degrees, but yet make more money than you.
Yes, like a bartender
Yeah, they probably,
makes more money than I do.
What?
Yes.
I also read somewhere that garbage trash, the trash men can make like.
Oh, they
on TV.
do get
Yeah.
paid.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
now,
because
who wants to work in the trash? But you also have to think about this, though,
You
like,
do.
you guys get pensions. Like, you guys,
Our pension's not that bad.
no,
Yeah.
see, like, whereas my mom's job, she doesn't get a pension.
Right.
And that's, she's like, I want to be a teacher. Like, I should have been a teacher. Because
Okay, no.
she's like going to, like, I want to retire. kind of
Right.
thing. But then, you have those cons, you have to live very frugally.
Right.
So many years of your life just to have a pension.
Right. And like our pension, even though we get like a retirement, we don't actually, like, I could retire at, let's say 50, but in the state of Texas, I can retire at the age that I reach a certain number, but I can't get health benefits until I'm 65.
Why?
That's just
because the state of Texas just passed that law
So,
a year ago. And so I can retire at a certain age, but I have to pay for my own medical expenses until I'm 65. I don't get that covered by my pension until I'm 65.
When is it, when you retire, it's like so many years plus?
And my number is 95. And so it's my age plus the years that I taught.
Yeah.
So whenever my age plus the years that I taught equals 95, I can retire. So right now I've taught 11 years and I'm 33. So 45. No, is that right? 44? What's 33 plus 11?
44.
That's my number.
So you think people 95?
Oh,
sorry.
Yes, but like every year I get 2 years. I
Oh,
you're
okay.
teaching and a year older.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, I was thinking just
divide 95 minus 45.
25. So then divide that by
Yes,
2?
divide by 2.
25 and 3.
Okay, plus 35, plus 33. How old am I?
Wait.
This is really good tutoring right now.
So
I'm really excited about
and a half later.
yeah, I'll be 58. Yeah, I'll be 59.
that's not terrible.
But I can't retire until technically,
She has to touch you when
I,
she's
no
65.
matter what that number says,
Oh, so you're good.
I can retire sooner. I mean, you're 5 more kids to one. No, that Tommy's yours kids. Great.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh, talk about schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should.
I know.
Like, it's get weird if you ever have to teach your students, like, kids.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay. Where am I?
But then it's like, I had your mom.
Oh,
Oh, that's awkward.
The letter C.
Schizophrenia.
Okay, so we have paranoid, catatonic, disorganized, and undifferentiated. Paranoid is like, yeah, everyone thinks, yeah, they feel like you're being persecuted. Okay, catatonic. Remember that was the one where they're like stuck in a position?
Yeah,
That was so good.
Oh, yeah, like for the guys, like, they put them down like this.
Yes.
And he wouldn't move.
Right. Okay, so then the term for that is waxy flexibility.
Wait, why does that happen?
Where is it? We don't know.
Is it physical or is it just mental? It's
We
like,
don't know.
it's like I can't move.
We don't know.
How often does that happen?
It's not just something physical because if you're not like facing it.
I just get paid.
Oh, you did it inside started? Okay, then 5 minutes.
Wait, then why wouldn't you just have like a that week is honest?
Because
Oh, yeah. Well,
today?
Tuesday. Maybe I can afford to like open up my microwave. Oh, we don't have a handle on our microwave.
Oh.
We haven't had a handle on our microwave
It doesn't have
for
to
3 or
button?
4 years. It's a thing.
So wait,
Like,
you're trying to pull
one day I like pulled it and I hit myself in the head with it because it came unattached. And so now we just like have to pry it open with our fingernails.
Oh,
And
it's all over.
because we're teachers, we can't afford a microwave.
So hard day.
$500. And
A
so
microwave?
I'm not gonna microwave.
the one that like is installed into like the vent hood.
Oh, what about a regular
But
microwave?
one that's on the counter, that could be like $100. But like, yeah, so we have to like pry our little fingers in the like gap and then just pull. At one point, it had a string set up where you just pulled the string with the string.
I just have one, it's like, or she just like push a button and it just kind of pops.
You don't have a button, it doesn't press. What am I gonna make a button? I'm not in here.
Yes, Caleb, make a button. Oh my God, it's getting so off topic.
Okay.
They like left. They're like, we can't do this.
No, yeah, they're all like, and escape. Okay, so, and then disorganized, it says odd uses of language. Do you remember what we said, word salad?
Word salad.
Word salad?
Oh, that was that guy. That was funny.
Yeah, but it says clang associations. That means they might rhyme a lot.
That's weird.
They might be like basically, cat, in a bat, sat bat. And then like, they might just rhyme and they think that they're saying words, but it's just whatever. And then remember, too much dopamine or schizophrenia. Too little is
Parkinson's.
And so what is the medicine to treat schizophrenia?
No.
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 Look on E,
What number? Antipsychotics.
antipsychotics called
Antipsychotics.
Thorazine. You see Thorazine?
Outlaw.
Haldol.
You have to remember
Okay,
those.
I would remember Thorazine. Because I've seen that more than Hannibal, yeah. And then, but it says may result in tardive dyskinesia. Do you remember tardive dyskinesia?
Yeah, but not.
Oh, like the.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's right there, tardive dyskinesia. Do you see it on the letter E?
Yes. I see schizophrenia and psychotic disorders.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
in bold, it says tardive may result in tardive dyskinesia, which is muscle tremors of the face. Okay, we were supposed to do states of conscience as well today, but we'll continue that tomorrow because
But it's on the. No, why don't we just do it today?
because it's already
Are you
3:43.
gonna take you 20 minutes to upload?
No, it's not here. I just. Oh my.
No, the
Oh,
video.
we did that. We did that.
Oh my God.
We did that. We did that. And yeah, we did that.
You
Yeah.
should do it.
What are we doing during box tomorrow? We're doing
If it's brain.
motivation, emotion, and intelligence.
Good work today.
Okay, we are going to do it, and then tomorrow after school is. What is tomorrow after school? Let's do states of conscience tomorrow. It will only take a little bit of time, but.
Tomorrow after school is social psychology.
Oh, okay. Fine, that's fine. Group polarization and altruism and stereotype and cognitive dissonance and then whatever. I left my walking card at Kroger.
Sounds like fun.
And so I have to go see if they have it.
Oh, fun. So people are going to